Today, Baba is giving us the definition of a capable teacher, and the form of a perfect teacher is first Shiv Baba, of course, the supreme teacher, but then after Shiv Baba, it's Brahma Baba, and Brahma Baba became the instrument for so many children. And so many children were inspired to become like Brahma Baba. So, what was Baba's method of teaching? It was not just teaching with words, but it was teaching also with elevated actions and elevated thoughts. Yes. And you see, previously when this yagya started, then there were very little utensils. If there was a utensil for cooking, it was a small one. And then at that time, Brahma Baba used to say that one day we will have the utensil which will be as big as this kitchen. And at that time, children used to laugh that, Baba only, there are so few children. And then you're talking about, you're talking about some time in the future when lakhs of children will come, and then food will be cooked in the big pots, which would be as big as the kitchen. And then you see today, we have, when we go to Baba's home, then there are such big, arrangements in which food is cooked. So, Brahma Baba, he thought big. His thoughts were full of the energy of creation. His thoughts were full of compassion. His thoughts were full of power. And of course, Shiv Baba is giving everything. But then Brahma Baba was the first one who embodied the teachings of Shiv Baba. So Brahma Baba even taught through his thoughts, his vision, his thoughts. When those thoughts children heard, first they couldn't believe it because those thoughts were elevated and those thoughts were for Vishwa Kalyan. It was for world benefit. And slowly, gradually, you see, children also started thinking big. And how did they think big? So you see, the biggest limitation that we have is we think small. If you think small, you see, even now when Baba tells us that you are the world benefactors, then we don't position ourselves like that most of the time. Yes, because we can't think big. So big things can't happen through us. And Baba says that I'm here to create a new world through you. And you have to become the instrument. And how do I become that instrument? By saying Hanji. Yes, by thinking like Shiv Baba. But, this body consciousness of 63 births, it doesn't allow us sometimes to think like Shiv Baba. So when Shiv Baba thinks, he always thinks about the unlimited family of all children. But Brahma Baba was the first one who could think like that. And Brahma Baba set an example. And Baba served through his elevated thoughts. Yes, and I remember there was this one time when, you know, there was some newspaper who was defaming Baba. And then Baba said that these are my children, although they don't know me, but they are my children. So the thought that, everybody is a child, and that compassion and that, that feeling of that fraternal feeling that flowed in Baba's heart, it reached everybody. And even the children who heard that, their thought process changed. They also started thinking that, yes, we are listening to Gyan, that we are brothers, but we are not imbibing it. So every thought Brahma Baba took was elevated, knowledgeful, powerful. And it was not just giving knowledge, but knowledgeful thoughts, elevated thoughts. Those thoughts also served, and those thoughts inspired other children to think like Brahma Baba. Large-hearted thoughts that came from a large heart. And then elevated actions. So you see that Brahma Baba's actions, everything, Brahma Baba, whatever Brahma Baba did was for service. So every act was a service. So behind every act, there was a thought to bring everybody closer, make them feel the love, the presence of Shiv Baba. And those actions were full of love. They were full of, they were full of this bhavana to give, that bhavana to make everybody feel at home. And those actions, you see, there is this whole system where anybody who goes to Madhuban receives a gift. Yes, even today, it's been so many years, and just think about when the yajna was small, when there were some children. At that time, giving gifts to everybody was, easy. But now, so many thousands of children, lakhs of children are going, and everybody receives a gift. And I remember there was one time when, when there was this thought that so many children receiving gifts is huge expenditure. But then, everybody had that thought that no, whatever it is, but we have to maintain it because Baba started it. And you see, these are elevated thoughts. It's not the thing you receive, it's the love. Whenever you see that gift, maybe you received a small cup, but whenever you drink tea or milk in that cup, you are reminded, I received it from Baba's home. And that is elevated action. It could be very small things, but the thought behind it, that, how do I make somebody feel Baba's love, make somebody feel Baba's peace. So those elevated actions, and you see the whole structure, the whole yajna is created, it is designed in a way that elevated actions happen. And Baba says that we children also have to teach through these elevated actions. Very simple thing. I'll tell you one thing. There was this one time, there was a brother, and he came for the course and he was coughing. And then I was taking the course and there was nobody else in the center. So I just went and I warmed a little water and I gave him. He had come for the first time. And then, after the course, after that day's lesson, I asked him, what did you understand? So he said, nothing. So I said, okay. So he said, I came from office, so my mind was all over the place and I couldn't hear and most of what you said. And I'm also having some overthinking issues, so I couldn't hear most of what you said. So I said, okay, then would you like to come tomorrow? He said, yes, I'll come every day. Because you gave me warm water. You cared enough to give me warm water when I was coughing. And he came. He always came. And I just thought, that I gave class for 1 hour and it was not working, but one glass of water. And Baba says, when these are actions which teach, you tell everybody, come every day, attend every day, it's important. You teach the value of attendance. Sometimes you can't teach it like that, but you can teach everybody through your elevated actions or through your thoughts. And Baba says that, this we have to teach like that. Yes, sometimes, just listening, just being compassionate, just being kind, just being sweet, these are also great teachings. People learn how to speak by the way you speak. They don't just listen to what you speak, but they also listen to how you speak. And then they learn through that. And I remember there was this one brother, there were two Kumars, they were coming. So one was a little older in Gyan and the other one was new. And this Kumar, who had been in Gyan for 10 years, he used to smile in the Murli. So whenever, the Murli would be read, he would keep smiling with his heart. And it was a very sweet smile. And this new Kumar, he kept looking at him. And then I told him, you listen to the Murli. He said, I want to smile like this. I want to listen to the Murli like this, like he listens to the Murli. So I said, yes, then you have to have love for Baba. So slowly you will have that. So he said, I will do whatever it takes, but I want to smile like him. So you see that there are so many times that, just actions where you are serving with happiness, listening to knowledge with happiness, doing things with happiness, or out of love, they become great teachings. And I remember there was this one sister, she was born as a foreigner and then she is a dedicated sister now. And she was sharing her experience and it was very beautiful. She said that somebody took her to Madhuban, Mount Abu once. And they had a meeting with Prakashmani Dadiji. And after the meeting, that was the first time she had gone and she had not listened to much of knowledge. She was practicing Buddhism earlier, so she was, into a different path also, a very staunch intellect and all. And then after the meeting, when she was going back, then Dadi was coming running. And then she turned and she saw Dadi and she stopped. And then Dadi said, I forgot to tell you something. So Dadi came after her. And then she thought she is the administrative head. She could have asked anybody to, call her and she would have gone. But the fact that Dadi came calling her, and there was so much love, and Dadi didn't mind, going and calling her, that was what inspired her to explore what Baba says. So these are elevated actions. Elevated actions are not big actions, but uh, tiny actions with big intentions, and big, that feeling of love and giving and compassion behind those actions. So Baba says, this is how you teach. And Baba taught through his actions. I remember I was once, of course, I didn't have the fortune to meet Sakar Baba, but I read a lot of the books, of all the sharings that seniors have done about life with Sakar Baba. And when I was reading those books, there was this one feeling that entered my heart, that Baba used to always sit in his room and meet children and give toli all the time. So all day you see somebody is just meeting children, loving them, giving toli. And that thought was so, that I couldn't even conceptualize it at that time. How can somebody always sit and meet with love and give toli? You know, I remember at that time I thought, if I smile for half an hour, my face aches. And how can you be so loving all day? And that was the thought which, when I started on this path, I just kept that thought in my awareness, that just think about what Brahma Baba did. We can't do that much, but at least something we can do. Yes. And I remember there was a similar incident. So there was this senior Didi, and she was, I think at that time, she was 78, 79 years of physical age. And she had been tying rakhis to every child since morning. So she had been sitting on the stage from 6 a.m. until 3 p.m. that day. And 9 hours had already passed, and you have to bend and you have to tie rakhi. So it's a strain on the body. And then at 3 p.m., there was this one brother. He brought his son. His son was not in Gyan. So his son had first come for the first time. So we were just telling Didi, you get up, and now it's very late. And Didi started giving gyan to that son, and she started talking to that son, and half an hour passed. And we were just thinking, she has not had food. Why is she not getting up? And then when she got up, she came. We kind of, scolded her that, Didi, you don't listen to her, listen to us. And we are telling you, just get up and come. You have not had food. You have not had rest. And then she said, he came in 5,000 years. I don't know when he'll come next. So, first time, 5,000 years cycle, he came. So you have to give him something. He has come on Raksha Bandhan. So that was such an elevated action. And that thought, even today, when there is seva, and then, there is this thought that, we are getting tired, I always remember that one incident. And that incident inspires me at every step whenever there is this thought, I'm getting tired. And I think that, that sister who was 78, 79 years of age, she's not getting tired. And who are you? How dare you get tired? So Baba says, sometimes you can teach with elevated actions and elevated thoughts in such a way that whatever classes you give, those classes may not inspire somebody that much as these small acts. And Baba says these things make you a capable teacher. So of course you give gyan, but then also these small acts, they bring every soul closer, because every person wants to experience. And you cannot make them, of course, some experience you get through words also. But then that experience fizzles out. But the experience of love, the experience of good wishes, the experience that, somebody is really wishing well for you, or, the experience that somebody respects you. So that experience you can give through your vibrations, through your actions. And that feeling of belonging, that feeling of love and respect, which you express through actions, that stays. And when that stays, then children come closer, and we are just instruments. Our seva is to bring souls closer to Baba's home, so that they can come closer to Baba and take their inheritance. So Baba says that is a capable teacher. And then Baba says all your actions can be divine actions. Charitra. So when we perform these actions, and they become, when just like, now I'm describing them, and it looks like it's some divine act. So when these actions are put into words, they look like somebody's divine characters are being described. So that is the thing. And I remember there was another episode I'm recalling. So there's the senior sister, and she was she was sharing her experience with Prakashmani Dadiji. And she said that, once there was some mistake she made. And Prakashmani Dadiji called her and she corrected her. And the next day, Dadiji had to take a class. And then that class was on the same topic about the mistake that she had made. So, Dadi, in the vehicle she was going for the class, she made sure that she took that vehicle to the senior sister first. And then she went there and she said, today by chance, the class is on the same topic. So don't think I am again giving you a 1-hour lecture on your mistake. So I'm not giving you that, because that is already done with. Yesterday we talked. So it's by chance that there's this class. So it's such an elevated act that, sometimes, we just let it go, that, you have this thought that, what can I do? I have not planned the class. So if somebody thinks that I'm giving them the class, it's okay. But no, Dadi could figure out that this soul will get hurt. So she took that extra care to make her not feel hurt. And that thing this sister can't forget. Yes, or just even when you are living together, or just caring, somebody is not well, you take care of them physically, or you just take care that along with physical care they receive spiritual nourishment also. So just reading the Murli for them, or giving them that palna, that is also such an elevated act. And when little children used to come to Dadi, and Sister Mohini, when she came to Dadi, she was very young, and she had come for seva, and then she used to sleep until late. So Dadi used to get up and do all the sweeping, and then Dadi used to make tea for her and take it to her. And then wake her up with love. And then she never forgot that. She became Dadi's very good Brahmani after that. So Baba says these are elevated acts, loveful, knowledgeful, powerful acts, or these are elevated thoughts through which you can serve. And these give you an experience that's never forgotten. So this Baba is telling us to imbibe. And then Baba tells us about speaking sweetly, softly, less. Yes, first less, then softly, and then sweetly. And then respectfully. And, Baba says, let your words be spiritual and angelic. And Baba says, you must keep into your awareness the power of words. And in bhakti also they say that if you stab somebody with the knife, that wound will heal. But if you stab somebody with your words, that wound doesn't heal. But we don't understand the power of our words. Yes. And just think about how words hit you. In our own personal experience, we know how words have affected us. Both kinds, sweet and bitter. We know from experience. Yes, so if somebody has passed comments on you, you can never forget that. And although, you change your attitude and all of that, but those words, they hurt you when you're weak. And the weaker you are, the hurt is more. So Baba says we also have to understand the power of words. And before speaking, think before you speak. And if you think before you speak, then you will not speak most of what you speak. Yes. And you will speak less. Those who think before they speak, if you really keep checking your thoughts before letting them out of your mouth as words, then I think, 95% of our words, you start understanding that they are either wrong or waste. And there's no need to speak them. Yes, so if you just checked within yourself before speaking, then 95% of your words would never come out of the mouth. And that is, so when you understand the value and power of your words, then you check them before speaking. And if you check them, you speak less. And if you really perform this exercise for one day, you would realize that if you're not speaking waste words, there's nothing to speak. Is what is there to speak? Just loveful words, or necessary talk. Otherwise, there's nothing to speak. So speak less. That's the first thing. Whenever you speak more, it is either wrong or wasteful. And have you seen, when do you speak most? When you're not in your best state. So speak less, then speak softly. Whatever you have to say, you have to speak in a soft and sweet manner. Yes, because if you throw a diamond at somebody, will they feel they got a diamond, or will they feel they got hurt? So even if you're speaking something very valuable, the way in which you speak is very important. You may be telling something very important to somebody, but let your method be soft and sweet. If your method is not soft and sweet, then it's like throwing a diamond at somebody and hurting them. So I remember there was this one sister, and she once told me that I learned so much from my mother. My mother was perfect and she taught me everything. But before teaching anything, she told me how incapable I was. And today I don't know whether I should thank her for teaching me or I should curse her for being the way she was. So she said both the things, they're there. There's gratitude, but there's so much hurt. And sometimes you teach somebody, you tell somebody something, but then the method is not sweet. The method is very harsh. The method is not soft. And that shouldn't be the method. Yes. So this is what Baba says. And then Baba says, speak respectfully. Respectfully, you understand from the vibrations of somebody who's speaking whether they are respectful or disrespectful. So when you maintain soul consciousness, then you speak respectfully. Then Baba says, let your words be spiritual and angelic. So when you are speaking to somebody, hold in your awareness that this is an elevated soul. Yes, don't speak from a body conscious place where you are speaking to somebody who's younger and inexperienced and this and that. Baba says, let your words be spiritual and angelic. And that will happen when you look at that person as a soul and understand the power of words. And I think, there's a lot of blessings that we can earn through the right kind of words, and a lot of the opposite of blessings through our words. Yes, I remember there was this one sister, and she used to, so she, when she went to her in-laws' place, for everything she would say, my mom did it better. Yes, and it was the truth. So in the in-laws' place, nothing was as organized as the place at home. But then when she said that, every time the relationship became very bitter. So, and again, she's adjusting there, she's doing everything there. But then that's just that word, my mom did it better, my mom kept this better, my mom. So that one thing, that comparison, that hurt everybody around her. And then there was so much resentment in the family. And then this whole family had come to the center, and the mother-in-law was crying. That was a rare thing to see. But the mother-in-law was crying, and she was saying that, we are not good enough for her, and she's a big shot, and she finds everything is not okay with our family. And then she said, so this girl was saying, but I have adjusted to everything. So you see, this is how words matter. So you may be doing something, you are adjusting, but then you are adjusting and complaining in words. So nobody will see your adjustment, they will feel that you're complaining. So Baba says that, words are very important because nobody can see your heart. Yes, sometimes, you think, you tell people, I have a lot of good feelings in my heart for you, but you are not Hanuman, you cannot open your heart and show everybody. No? So you have to keep your words in alignment with your heart. And if your heart has bad feelings, at least keep your words. So try to reform those feelings, try to get over those bad feelings, and at least, give comfort through words. Okay? Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I would like to share two incidents. Uh, my voice is clear.
Yes, yes.
The fan is running.
No, no, it's fine.
My younger sister lived at Bangalore about 8 to 10 years back. She was doing some courses there, and she had a room partner. And my mother gave her Baba's photo to keep in room in Bangalore. We were here only. Then her friend also asked whose photo is this. Then my mother gave her the introduction and she came back here. After few days, that girl saw Brahma Baba in dreams, in Sakshatkar, at 2 or 3 a.m. And she was telling that I don't know, I was asleep or what, I was dreaming. I saw this person sitting on lotus and in air above my bed, and he was blessing me and smiling at me. And she got so goosebumps. And this was one incident. And my another younger sister, she is married local here only. And when she was married, mother also gave her the photo and books of Baba, keep there. And she was very in suffering mode there till many years. But she had that Baba is here with me.
Yes.
Because in-laws and husband were all very aggressive.
Yes.
And letting down, putting down other words like that. And she saw many times Brahma Baba. She was crying in dreams, and Baba saying, "You steady, you study what I am teaching you. You study the book." Then she is saying, "Okay, Baba, then I am not able to concentrate on these books because lot of loud noise and their fightings are going on." Baba said, "You don't pay attention there. You just study here." And she experienced these things and many times.
Yes. Yes. So
And
very
but
nice.
still they don't join the center meeting.
Yes, that's fine. They will come at that time. But you see,
They keep remembering you daily, Baba. They talk to Baba, but not in this way.
But that is not called remembrance. Because remembrance without knowledge is not remembrance. That's not remembrance. But they will come at that time, their time. And yes, this is also an example of elevated action. You know, you could just gift somebody something that reminds of Shiv Baba or Brahma Baba, and that act also brings people closer to Baba. And yes, the seed is sown and then it will germinate at the right time. Okay. Om Shanti. Hanji.
Om Shanti, Didi.
Shanti.
Didi, today what I learned is my words might not be enough to hit the soul and do the seva, whatever is required. But my elevated actions will definitely not would be overlooked, or they will never miss it.
Yes, yes. That gives an experience to the soul, and experience is not forgotten. Yes, thank you. Om Shanti. Okay, that's all. Let's thank Baba for some time. Hanji, Nirmal Bhai, you're saying something? Hanji.
Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Yesterday in the object Murli, Baba said, Babdada said that he was looking for, he is seeing all three forms in our faces. That is, he said that what are the three forms? Then he said one is the Brahmin form, second is the angelic form, and third is the deity form. Therefore, Baba asked, this is a time, this is a confluence stage. This is a time your aim and objective, your aim and qualifications should be, yes, to become an angel at this point of time.
Correct.
Therefore, that is a thing we have to focus on, that one, to be an angel and do the service on that one. The other one, Baba say that, I recollect today's one, Baba say that spiritual love is more, spiritual love is more precious than the physical wealth.
Yes.
Therefore, you have to become a master ocean of love. Yeah. That's
Correct.
it. Okay, Om Shanti.
Thank you. Thank you. We revised yesterday's Murli also.
Yeah.
Thank you, Om Shanti.